Cabinet Public Relations Office, postwar reconstruction, Japan's high economic growth. No one knows the truth about what is happening now. But something unconscious, but intentional. In other words, human beings are vaccinated against infectious diseases of unknown cause, source of infection, and route of infection. In particular, Japan is in a state of incoherence. It doesn't make sense. Talking about all didn't make sense at all. Status of so false confidence, and mess in both thinking and behavior patterns. This is it.
Said that the rescheduled sports showpiece will go ahead and that vaccines are the key to making it happen and happen safely.
I think it's possible to hold the Olympics because administering vaccines has begun around the world. I want to start vaccinations in Japan by the end of February. If we take appropriate measures, I think the public feelings will change.
To apply.
This is going to be the testimony of humankind prevailing over COVID-19. So we are resolved to deliver the games in safe and secure manner.
Evening's gathering twilight, when there's light and darkness, here's my message for you who are just parting. Rather than smiling, enduring sadness, I would choose crying till all tears dry up. The more sadness one has of one's own, the kinder one can be to other people. The exchange of just goodbye is so a vanity that I present those words to you I love. On the evening wind, though my words are broken, I hope you will listen to the very end. Rather than complaining that I can't trust someone, I would choose being betrayed in spite of my trust. One shouldn't ask for other people's kindness, 'cause it's an excuse for one's cowardice. You are the first ones I have loved in my life. Please accept my straight message I hope to send to you. Your new life start right now. I'm sure someone will come to love you, but please remember there'll be no one that will love you more than I have. You've gone out of my sight into the crowd of people. I'm afraid my words for you may not reach you. I'm afraid my words for you may not reach you. Evening's gathering twilight, when there's light and darkness, here's my message for you who are just parting. Rather than smiling, enduring sadness, I would choose crying till all tears dry up. The more sadness one has of one's own, the kinder one can be to other people. The exchange of just goodbye is so a vanity that I'll present those words to you I love. On the evening wind, though my words are broken, I hope you will listen to the very end. Rather than complaining that I can't trust someone, I would choose being betrayed in spite of my trust. One shouldn't ask for other people's kindness, 'cause it's an excuse for one's cowardice. You are the first ones I have loved in my life. Please accept my straight message I hope to send to you. Your new life start right now. I'm sure someone will come to love you, but please remember there'll be no one that will love you more than I have. You've gone out of my sight into the crowd of people. I'm afraid my words for you may not reach you. I'm afraid my words for you may not reach you. The evening's gathering twilight, when there's light and darkness, here's my message for you who are just parting. Rather than smiling, enduring sadness, I would choose crying till all tears dry up. The more sadness one has of one's own, the kinder one can be to other people. just goodbye is so a vanity that I present those words to you I love. On the evening wind, though my words are broken, I hope you will listen to the very end. Rather than complaining that I can't trust someone, I would choose being betrayed in spite of my trust. One shouldn't ask for other people's kindness, 'cause it's an excuse for one's cowardice. You are the first ones I have loved in my life. Please accept my straight message I hope to send to you. Your new life start right now. I'm sure someone will come to love you, but please remember there'll be no one that will love you more than I have. You've gone out of my sight into the crowd of people. I'm afraid my words for you may not reach you. I'm afraid my words for you may not reach you.
Steal you away forever. Oh, we can go across the oceans and see the world tonight. Oh, say hello to the mountains and watch the new sunrise. But no matter what the country, the city, the street, by land or by sea, together forever is my favorite place to be. It's impossible to hide. Oh, we can go across the oceans and see the world tonight. Oh, say hello to the mountains and watch the new sunrise. But no matter what the country, the city, the street, by land or by sea, together forever is my favorite place to be. Together forever. impossible to hide. Oh, we can go across the oceans and see the world tonight. Oh, say hello to the mountains and watch the new sunrise. But no matter what the country, the city, the street, by land or by sea, together forever is my favorite place to be. Together forever.
This is no time for laughing. Japan peoples, you have no time to say thank you. Japanese all shouldn't be saying thank you. We don't have any time to waste. In other words, Japanese people are laughing when they are not in a laughable situation. For example, when their parent dies, Japan young peoples will laugh at a funeral time. Moreover, parent murder and infanticide are prevalent. After the war, World War II, or Pacific War, in 1945. After the U.S. military occupied the whole of Japan, Japan Island all became like a U.S. colony. So-called GHQ, General Headquarters, the supreme commander for the Allied powers. Japan was completely occupied by the United States. That deciding factor was the atomic bomb, which was the latest weapon at the time in 1945. 10 years after being occupied by the U.S. military, it became an independent country called Japan.
From around this time, only Japan abandoned the use of force in the world and was banned from using weapons and weapons. So-called Europe and the United States are older brothers. And younger brothers are related to Japan, and they are linked in all aspects of economic activities. So-called, I am not in a position to complain no matter what I do. That means unconditional surrender. So far, as the United States has been damaged by the outbreak of infection, the Japanese government has taken a policy of de-China because it has power over China. This is the image seen by the Japanese who survived the war. This means that unconditional surrender will last forever in the future. There is no living thing in this world or universe that genetically possesses such abnormal thought patterns and behavior patterns. From the post-war corpse-like state to the period of high economic miracle, and then to 1990, the dawn and turning point of the era of ruining the world again. There are records of the benefits of peace by the U.S. military. However, today's young people do not have such an era. There will be no future. Over the eternal future, freedom and economic disparity will remain the same as the malignant state of poverty, the outburst of mysterious infectious diseases, and the emergence of mutations. There is no answer to that. I want you to think in your heart before you die. If possible, I think we should leave the will and testament and then pass away and die. The Japanese have forgotten it. He dies silently without saying anything. On the contrary, I want to kill him, but that is not the case. First, I learned from Europe and the United States how to build a building that was burnt by the U.S. military's indiscriminate airstrikes. This is called architectural engineering. In Japan, there was a time called the architectural rush. In addition, mechanical engineering and electrical engineering technologies from Europe and the United States will be applied to home appliances for manufacturing, and they will be produced in-house as they are. This became a situation called labor shortage, and there was a time when boys were especially useful among children. However, girls are now invaluable. Because the man is a gathering of lolicon and perverts. Women are treated politely like God and have become a special preferential society. It means that when a girl is born for the first time, she doesn't need a child anymore. That's why boys are hated by men. The income level, which is less than 20 times that of Western countries, where salaries have risen due to labor shortages due to the expansion of domestic demand after the war, was able to rise to the same level in just 20 years. It is believed that this is because the Japanese were leaking technology and personal information from Western countries. Moreover, as incomes rose, prices rose at the same time. And the Japanese were buying land in Europe and the United States. So-called aggression recurrence. Because of the aggression that was not armed, the United States tried to overturn the word made in Japan, such as cars made in Japan. Boycotts of Japanese products. Japan bashing, English. Japan bashing is an unfair attack on Japan by Western countries in terms of economy and politics. It is now anti-China, not half a day, but the phenomenon is almost the same. This means that Europe and the United States, especially the United States, have an anti-Japanese sentiment against Japan and the Japanese. There is no reason for that. The answer is also the X-Files. At first glance, it is a patent infringement. It means economic sanctions. Made in Japan has disappeared due to a series of infringements on the licenses of foreign products such as the United States by Japanese companies. Start of electronic patent application in 1990, 1993–1994 revision of patent law, practical new design law. In summary, economic sanctions will put the Japanese economy on the prelude to its destruction after 1990. This is because it is known to the world that the Japanese are in a telepathic state. On the contrary, in Japan, the Personal Information Protection Law is delayed. It was enacted on May 23, 2003. And the provisions other than Chapters 4 to 6 that directly relate to general companies and include penalties came into effect on the same day. 2 years later, it was fully enforced on April 1, 2005, Heisei 17. The Japanese are creepy. Not everyone says it's anomalous, but quite a few non-human objects, including corporate workers, lawmakers, emperors, and civil servants, routinely use psychic-like abilities.
Oh, it feels so good. I feel a cold drop on my back as the steam falls from the roof. And it feels so cool. Yeah, it feels so cool. I'm in the North Country. Nobody bet you and it's gonna get you. The water feels so good. Yeah, it feels so good. Who is that singing that? Yagibushi. They make it sound so easy and it sounds so sweet. Yeah, it sounds so sweet. Here in Joshu Kusatsu, getting my body warm through. The water feels so good. Oh, it feels so good. Who is that crazy figure coming through the weapons? It could be her, it could be her. It could be her. Oh, it could be her. Could be OTC. Shirahama, maybe there's someone who loves you. But it feels so good. Yeah, it feels so good. I feel so Japanese. Cause like I should be singing Nani wa Bushia in the low, low road. In the low, low road. In the South Country. In bed doing my birthday cake. Forgetting me, forgetting you.
ハビバビバビバハビバノンノンハビバノン行ってみましょうか。はいはい、宿題やれよ。お風呂入ってか。頭洗えよ。耳掃除しろな。とした曲もございます。例えばこれ。ハビバノンノンババンババンバンバンハビバビバビバババンババンバンバンハビバノンノンババンババンバンバン理由だなあはは理由だなあはは湯気が天井からぽたりと背中に冷てえなあはは冷てえなここは特に登り別のお湯イエーイババンババンバンバンハビバンノンババンババンバンバンハビバビバビバババンババンバンバンハビ